Hi, it's author Jared Garrett telling you that I have a book coming out on March 31st. That's very exciting. It's called Worlds Apart. It's book 3 in the Finding Home series. Book 1 is Beyond the Cabin, which I never thought would have even a sequel, much less be part of a series. Book 2 is Finding Home, the unexpected sequel. And book 3 is Worlds Apart. And book 4, Carry Your Heart, comes out in April, at the end of April. I'm very excited about this. I've been really excited and kind of nervous and somewhat terrified of this whole series because it is entirely autobiographical. There's still plenty of fiction in here to tell a story that's engaging and compelling and stuff. I mean, people's lives are compelling, but nonetheless, I wanted to tell a genuinely good story, not just be autobiographical. But anyway, this third book is coming out. I poured a lot of my stuff into this. I poured a lot of my heart and my soul into this thing. And it's very exciting that it's finally coming out. I've been doing rereads and edits and revisions for a little while now. I've got the cover out. I've got actually everything done. It's very exciting. So I hope that you'll go get this book, but I wanted to read a little bit to you. This book is unique so far. Well, in the series that you've read so far, you've had Beyond the Cabin, which was Josh's perspective, Finding Home, which was Josh's perspective, and now you have Worlds Apart, and later Carry Your Heart, which is Josh and the girl he loves perspective, Josh and Mary. Mary has half the chapters in both of these books, and it's Mary's perspective through those chapters completely. And that's been a different, challenging thing for me to try to write and to make sure I get right for her voice and for the journey that she's on. Interestingly, autobiographically, they're both the characters are still kind of me. They're dealing with things that I've had to deal with in my life after escaping from the stupid cult I grew up in. And so actually Worlds Apart is a lot about trying to realizing that you can't just leave the past behind, that what happens to us, we carry with us. I like that book title, The Body Keeps the Score, right? Well, the things keep the score. We carry things with us without wanting to necessarily. We have to come to peace with it, right? We have to come to peace with the fact that we're carrying things that we're not a huge fan of, that there's opposition in us to the things that are our better part, our better soul. And so we have to fight to learn to carry things better. And let what we carry also change us to become more burnished, more refined, and stronger, and a better, more capable, healthy human being. So that's what the Worlds Apart is actually focused on. After the adventures of Beyond the Cabin, where Josh is trying to get out of the cult, and in Finding Home, where Josh finally does get out and goes looking for Mary, here we have Mary and Josh together in Worlds Apart. But it's not that easy. So I'm actually going to read to you from chapter 2, which is Mary's first perspective chapter. This is after Josh. We've been introduced to Josh and what he's going on with his life, and they spent the last part of Josh's first chapter with Josh and Mary together from Josh's perspective. Now, this is Mary's perspective as Josh leaves. It's very rare that I rewind in these chapters, by the way, only a teeny bit sometimes when I need to, but this is right after Josh is leaving. So, chapter 2, Mary. I'll be doing the audiobook. I'm excited and nervous. Okay. I watched Josh thud down the stairs to his bike, unlock it, turn and smile, and catch the kiss I blew at him, then ride away. I closed the front door, trying to get my racing thoughts to settle down, fighting to get my heart under control, trying to deny the nervous sweat that dripped down my back. Josh was so sweet and good, and smelled faintly of cooking grease. And of course he wanted to do more than make out. There was nothing wrong with that. But then, why did my muscles tense up so much every time he tried to touch me or moved too close? Why did my heart pound, not in anticipation or excitement, but in a way that felt too much like fear? And it only happened when he tried to push things farther. Snuggling in close to him while reading or watching a movie was fine. It was more than fine. It was great. I felt taken care of and loved and close to the boy who knew me better than anyone else in the world. Back in my room, I shook the questions away and checked my flower-themed planner. Tomorrow was a B day, so I had calculus, psychology, health, and English. I pulled my folders out of my backpack and double-checked the lists of assignments, then fired up my school-issued laptop and compared my notes with the online versions of the courses that my teachers kept updated. Okay, nothing to worry about. I had done everything so I could sleep easy. Hopefully. I glanced at my bed, trying to ignore the tightness in my chest. I needed to relax. I needed to be more tired. I tied my hair up and grabbed my house key, phone, and earbuds. I walked out of my room toward the front door. Hey, Dad, I'm going to go work out a bit. It's kind of late, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I'll keep it short. Just got to use up some energy. Want me to come with you? His chair creaked as Dad hauled himself upright and leaned in his doorway. I shook my head. That's okay. I'm going to use the treadmill in the workout alcove. I forced a grin. Ah, yes, the in-house facility. That was very well advertised. Chris rolled his eyes. His name is Dad, though. I'm going to have to make an edit on that one. I'm going to double check that. Ooh, good. Good thing I haven't uploaded any of the finals yet, right? Excuse me. We need to get a gym membership at that place down the road. Or a house. One day. I pulled the front door open. I won't be long. Phone's got plenty of charge? I held my phone up. See you in a bit. I hung a left outside our door and found the internal staircase in the apartment building, descending until I reached the sunken first level. The area had almost no shadows, so I never really felt worried down here. I used my apartment key to get into the facility and crushed the tiny area, passing the minuscule set of weights and fired up the treadmill. While warming up, I put my earbuds in and queued up my ever-evolving Sweat It Out playlist. 23 minutes later, sweat poured down my back and neck, and my heart pounded while I cooled down, taking deep breaths. I needed to do this more often. I stopped walking and let the slowing treadmill carry me and dump me off the end. I grabbed 2 small barbells and got back on the treadmill, walking and lifting the weights for 10 more minutes. The knot in my chest was gone, replaced by the pleasant ache from hard work and hard breathing. Now I could sleep. Well, after a shower. With a shower bomb. Maybe I'd use the grapefruit one tonight. I headed back up, letting the music continue to fill my ears, drowning out the questions from before. Time to think sleepy thoughts. I probably stayed under the hot water too long. Dad would probably call it a $10 shower, but it felt so good. Wasting no time, I turned on my headboard lamp, turned off the main light, and climbed into bed. I grabbed my book, a huge tome my English teacher had recommended. Russian writers really had a lot to say, apparently. Now a little bit of a space. It was dark. Not just dark, but oppressive. The dark wasn't only the lack of light, but a presence. Something that filled my senses with dread. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I tried to call out, but the words caught in my throat. I glanced down, my eyes the only thing I could move. I was in bed, wearing the nightgown that I'd worn as a little girl. That wasn't all. I was little again. The bed felt huge around me. The dark presence grew heavier, surrounding me, pushing me down. I tried to struggle, but was paralyzed. Lightning bolts of terror slammed through me as the presence weighed me down so powerfully, I knew I was going to die. My next breath would be my last. I was helpless, frozen, and nobody could help me. And that is the end of what I'm going to read for you today. A little bit, hopefully no spoilers there, but some teasers, right? All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to pass this along to anybody you know. And buy my book. It's available for pre-order. I'm going to post that link in the description of this video on YouTube and everywhere else I go. So please help me out. Please help me just crush the pre-orders. All right, guys? Thanks so much for listening, and get this book. See ya.